Haha, sorry guys. This is not the link I had intended to send you, so I was like, what the heck? Because I have it set up as a recurring meeting, and so anyway. Okay, good, we're recording. All right, so welcome. Sorry about that. That was my fault. I will try to post a better hold on, sorry. Just message me something. Hey Kenya, can you well, let me see if I can. Here, I got it. Just have some girls that are trying to get on, and they have the correct link that I was on, that I sent you guys the wrong link. Okay, so how are things going for everybody from last week? That good, huh? Okay, so did anybody set up their page yet?
My page was already set up.
Okay.
Mine was too.
Okay. So did you put anything on your page yet?
Since I just did my viewing of the video today, I haven't yet.
Okay.
However, I've been looking at the calendar and setting plans in place to get a bunch set up tomorrow. I mentioned to Jess in private message that I've done a daily schedule of things to post, and I like to go in and do it. Stop it. I have no kids awake and my husband being a child. I went in and scheduled posts based on what was to be on there that day, so that it was not an everyday thing that I had to remember to go in and post at a certain time. So I would schedule a week to 2 weeks out, except maybe reserve a day for like the weekly specials that we've been having, or maybe there's a second post that day about the weekly specials, something like that. So the plan is in place. So
now, are you doing that in a Facebook group or a Facebook page?
it'll be on my page. I'm not sure if I can schedule in a group. I can't remember, but I know I can schedule on my page.
Okay, because I was thinking that we couldn't schedule in the page. So when you see it, find it and tell me, because I can't figure it out.
I sure hope I can. Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to be able to. So.
You what?
it's the page that you can schedule, and I do it all the time.
Okay. Well, I need to figure out how to then.
Yeah, it's when you go to publish, Jess, instead of saying publish, there should be an option to schedule.
I know I can in an event.
There's like an arrow there that you have to push the arrow next to where it says publish, and then it brings up a little menu that there's a schedule.
Okay.
There. So.
Phew.
Good. I mean, I knew that I could in my event, so. Yep. Okay. It is. I see that there now. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good.
Okay, Jess, I was just making sure that everybody was able to get on. I'm going to get off now. Hi, everyone.
Feel better?
No, I will, I hope. Thank you.
Oh, there's Deanna. I was like, Deanna was on here, but now I don't see her. You moved, your picture moved on my screen. I was looking for you at the bottom. Okay, so just kind of a quick recap for a couple of you that weren't able to be on last week, and I'm not sure if I said this in the thing. We kind of talked about it after we stopped recording. But the schedule that I sent you, obviously you can. It's your business. You can do what you want to. So I told them all with that, like obviously, especially if, for example, Sherry and Modana are mother-daughter. So like if they have the same people that were on there, like maybe they don't want to both share a product video one day and the next day they do an inspirational and the next day do this. So the reason that I sent you the back date of January is to just have that so that you can make it work to your own thing. So like maybe tomorrow is, I don't have that there beside me. I don't know what it is, but today or tomorrow was do a video posting of something. Well, maybe you're not quite ready to do that, but there's kind of rhyme or reason to how the whoever set that thing up kind of has it set up so that you're kind of consistently sometimes doing salesy kind of stuff and then sometimes just doing getting interaction and those kinds of things. So feel free to follow it how you want to. I will be honest, I haven't been great at every week posting something, or sorry, every day posting something. I post them every week. But once school started back, I didn't have my free time in the mornings like I wanted to. So I need to personally get back to it. How many of you are doing the birthday thing?
I just did one today.
Okay. Good.
I sent one today also. I haven't heard anything back from her yet. I think she's on vacation, so.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is something that Krista and I chatted with just this past weekend. So I was doing just like, hey, here's your discount for your entire birthday month. But it kind of got put to like out of sight, out of mind. So she said, do it for 24 hours. So so I started doing that this week of giving them 24 hours once they're like, oh, you have a gift for me. And so then I comment back that I'm gifting them my discount for the next 24 hours. And then I have my spiel. I'll put my link below. You can check out the current sales in the winter catalog. And when you have some things that you want, send me your list and we'll get it ordered for you at my discount. And then I just post my link so it's automatically right there ready for them. I don't know that this was because of the 24-hour pressure, but I did have somebody, I did have somebody that let me, or that ordered instantly right away. So it kind of puts that pressure. And then you also don't have quite as much follow-up. So like even if tomorrow you wanted to go follow up with them, that's just a 1 day versus waiting 3 or 4 days. Another example that she gave was, how many of you have like buku dollars in your pool amount because you've ordered so many samples? Okay. How many of y'all have the Tupperware card, don't you? You don't have the Tupperware card, can you? Okay. Deanne, do you have the Tupperware card? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about, but I don't have it.
Don't have it yet. Okay. I highly, highly suggest, and Crystal, can't remember if we've talked about that. I mean, not that you're super
I
new.
have one.
Okay, good. Modana, I need to get to chat with you, or Sherry. Sherry, do you have a Tupperware card?
I have one. Yeah, I have one.
Okay, and have you shared that, or Modana, do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not have one.
Okay, and Marla, you have one? Okay.
What did you say?
Okay, so, and Tammy messaged.
No, they didn't have card.
So the Tupperware card, oops, did somebody say something? Okay. So the Tupperware card links to your bank account. So if you have a checking account, then you can have the Tupperware card. So what happens is every time that you place an order, period, whether it's samples order, whether it's a regular customer order or party order, you get points for that on that Tupperware card. So the card itself, it auto debits from your account, from your checking account about 48 hours, business hours after you submit it. And so one of the benefits is, because if you don't have time to get to the post office, I'm so tired. If you don't have time to get to the bank that night after your party, then you're not.
No, she didn't believe
I
that.
don't have
That made me laugh.
money in that account. I can't put my order in, and then you miss out on the sale. So it just gives you a little extra time. But the other benefit is, for every dollar that you spend on it, basically, for every dollar that you submitted on it, then you get a point for that. And then so in that Tupperware Freedom Card, whatever website, at 3,000 points, I think it is, you can redeem for a $30 gift certificate. Okay. And basically what that is a coupon code. So the second idea that Krista shared with me this weekend that I wanted to share with you guys, she suggested, so offer them a second birthday present. So still keep it at the 25% discount, but then offer them a second discount. And what they get for that is the, so I would tell them whenever you, if you get some girlfriends together, I will come and we'll cook supper, and I'm going to have a $30 gift certificate for you to choose any piece of Tupperware that you want. Okay. So again, that's not really coming out of my money by any means, because that's just something that I've earned. And then whenever I go to close up that party, then I'm going to put that coupon code in there. Now, it does need to be on a regular price item. However, if you are having a party, you know, if they're having a show with you, even if they choose a sale item, somebody's probably ordering $30 product out of the regular catalog. Okay. Now, obviously, no guarantee to that, so maybe just keep it at the regular catalog so you don't have to mess with it. But I thought that was a really good idea, and that's just kind of an extra incentive to get somebody to book and have a show with you. So you're gonna give them the 25% discount for 24 hours, and then, you know, let me come over in the next 3 to 10 days, and we're gonna have a girls' night. So that was an example for you. Okay, so so what did you guys decide? And I know a couple of you are just kind of joining us tonight and just got the opportunity to watch the last video, but what did you decide that the focus of your page is?
I'm still working on mine. Yeah, I'm not really sure yet.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
What do you mean by focus?
So what are you trying to, so it's attraction marketing, okay? And part of that is like you personally with people, but what's your overall focus of your page? Like, what type of person are you trying to attract to your page? What are you most, like, are you sharing, is the majority of your sales pitch on that page going towards your recruiting? Is it going towards your, you know, here's the products we have to order to offer? Is it hosting? Maybe it's an equal balance of all of those.
Yeah, it's like a combination of all of those.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a variety,
Okay.
along with like trying to put, you know, some things on there that might be a little fun too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And
So
honestly,
it's not all business.
you know, that calendar thing, to me, it's about 2/3 of it's more of like the fun / like informing you about stuff, but not specific to salesy type of thing. And then, you know, then the other part is, you know, yeah, you post a video of you cooking, or you post, and that doesn't have to be salesy. That's still just kind of you know, informing them. So the other night, for example, I just took a picture. I made meatloaf pieces and corn in the stack cooker, and I just posted it, and I didn't say anything about what the product was. I just said, yay, no grease, you know, meatloaf. So
I saw that.
so
Was
what anybody else have something of kind of what your focus is or what your target audience is?
I haven't focused it so much as to a specific audience, and I haven't done very good lately. So, but in the past, what I've done is the Say Yes offer, and intentionally focusing everything that we eat. You know, if the pressure cooker is something that's a big special, or is a Say Yes offer, everything we have is going to be in the pressure cooker, and I'm going to be posting, you know, not necessarily about the pressure cooker, but this is what we had for supper. You know, we had Mississippi pot roast done in an hour, and it's, you know, like it's been there for 8 hours. You know, it's perfectly tender and that kind of thing.
Good. So you're kind of creating that curiosity to people of like, how much you get the pot roast done in an hour?
Right. Yep.
Good.
And then they want the recipe too. So, you know, then there's some interaction there.
Good. Anybody else?
And after my discussion with Sharon last week, and talking about different ways to grow my business instead of sitting behind a roadblock, we're going to be doing some stuff involving my kids a little bit more, because my reality is I'm stuck with them. So chances are my page will take a little bit of a different look, a different approach of more of me and the kids, and hoping that I can build that customer base of people who are in similar situations.
Good. And I know your kids will ham it up and do wonders for you.
They get that from their dad.
Mine too. My kids love the video part, and I'm like, okay, let's just you guys keep going, other than be quiet so I can put in what I need to. So good. Anybody else want to share? Okay, so, and if you're like on the tip of your tongue ready to talk, because I'm the teacher that feels like I've heard crickets for 20 minutes after I say something, and it's really been like 2.5 seconds. So, so if you were like, just shut up, I was gonna talk. Okay, so last time we talked about kind of that ideal customer or ideal recruit or whatever else. You guys can remember that, or those that just watched the video remember that. So what that was is kind of who these are the people that you're focusing on. Okay, so one of mine, and I shared this last time, is moms who are stay-at-home moms was my original focus, very first focus group that I thought about. So stay-at-home moms who just need some sanity time, but they also need some guidance. I don't know if guidance is the word, but they need our products because they are super busy and they have 900 other things to do, and standing and stirring over the stove and talking on the phone and vacuuming with their leg is not, y'all seen that fake little I don't know what the heck that picture is from, but Good Housekeeping or something. Like that's not that's not reality anymore. So they need our products to be fast so that they can go help with kids with homework, and they can get baths done, and they can get, XYZ, because that's how most of us live in life, whether we're single moms whether they're single moms, whether they're stay-at-home moms, whether they're working moms, whatever. So that was kind of my initial first group that I thought of with that. So I wanted you guys all to think of your group. So hopefully you have, or you're at least still kind of building on that. But now what I want you to progress to, and what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight for the most part, is where do those people go? Okay. Now, obviously, sometimes I'm talking like where they go out and about outside of their house. But since we're doing the networking, network marketing and things, where do those moms belong? So like, what groups are they in?
Is that okay?
Or what groups are you in that you feel connected to people?
Well, for me personally, I am, I have an in-home daycare, and I'm part of a daycare community here in my city, and I'm actually a vice president of our local daycare association.
Okay.
And so anyways, that's one of my, I guess that's one of my groups that that I personally feel a part of.
Okay.
And so I've been like processing how to, branch out to connect with those people, because it's like, we're talking about, moms at home who have, some of their own kids, and kids over the age of 8 don't count in our numbers for licensing purposes. So, they may have, 2 or 3 kids over the age of 8 plus, anywhere from 8 to 12 kids under the age of 8
Okay.
as well. So, yeah, we're talking like, like a really busy group of, of women who have, lots of young ones underfoot, and trying to make, lunch with, 12 plus kids around can be quite the challenge. And I know a lot of us use our microwaves already. So
Okay.
it kind of already seems like a shoe in, it's just trying to figure out the, the marketing portion of it, like how to approach them.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Good. So are you in some Facebook groups with them, Deanne?
oh yeah.
Okay. Good. 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 What other groups, like Facebook groups, are you guys a part of? That's not Tupperware specific.
Isn't that what most of us are in? Like mostly Tupperware groups.
900 Tupperware groups. And now the flipping recipe group wants to break out into this recipe of this product and recipe of this product. Keep it all in one place so I don't have to go find you.
The group that I'm most connected with right now is a group of 40 plus pregnant women.
Okay.
We're all very crabby and swollen and selfish and pregnant. Yes.
So, I did this last week, I guess, when they put this out there. And so, Kenya, I would encourage you to go out to that group. So just ask a question, okay? And Deanne, this is something you can do in your groups too, and everybody for whatever your groups are. But just ask a question, because one, you're trying to understand that market more so that we can go back as advertisers, okay, in a sense, like you're advertising, you're trying to figure out what their frustrations are, what they really, really like. Deanna, if you already have people that are using the microwave, then, you can say, how many times do you have to put stuff in the microwave? Well, I got to wait for the corn to get done. Then I have to wait for the hamburgers to get done. Then I got to wait for the macaroni to get done. Okay. Well, holy mackerels. Okay. So they wish that they had 3 microwaves because they got to cook everything separate. Well, guess what? We have a multi-cooker. We have a stack cooker that we can do that. So you're figuring out what their frustrations are or what they enjoy or whatever else. So Kenya, so one of the things that I did, and I posted this in a mom group or moms to be group or something, I don't know. And I am not a mom to be. And I just said, like, where are my newborn mamas and soon to be mamas? And are you thinking about making your own baby food or, that kind of thing? Because that multi-cooker, that steamer, like, I made some baby food in that, plus the Power Chef. So guess what? That would be a perfect combination. For $39 down, they're going to get the tools that they need to make their own homemade baby food and have that for the rest of their life. So, it's kind of generating those questions or whatever. So then I went and just private messaged people, and I said, oh my gosh, I'm luckily out of the baby food making job, but I had something that was so easy to be able to do that with. Would you mind if I share that with you? And then, so again, I didn't put, this is not coming from my page. This is coming from my just personal page. And so then I just talked about how, I had a steamer product and it was 100% steam. So I knew it was keeping in the nutrients. And I have a chopper that is super easy, a hand chopper, I think is what I called it. That's super easy. You could just add as much water as you needed to get it to the consistency based on baby stage. I'd love to share more information with you. Okay. Now, if they really wanted to, they could click on my profile picture and see that my kids have an I Love My Tupperware Lady shirt on and probably put the pieces together. Okay. But I didn't share my name of it. I didn't, yada, yada, yada. So whether they wanted it or not, then I just said, oh, you like keep the conversation going. And then I just said, hey, I have a business page. Do you mind if I send you the link? And if you'd like to just like it, check it out. I do some fun drawings, giveaways, and those kinds of things on it. So, I just boosted that of people. I gave them something. I gave them something sincere, of like some examples, or you can send them a recipe of like, oh my gosh, this is a great one that my kids liked because it had mango in it. So it was sweet, but they really had, I didn't do this, but beets and green beans and peas. So all that really gross stuff that, the just enough sweetness in that overtook it for him or whatever. So you're sincerely giving them something to of use, and then you're making and building that connection. And that's honest to goodness, like what this whole attraction marketing is people being attracted to you, number one, as a human being because you're interacting with them. And then number two, you're also kind of spying on them of asking those questions of what is your frustrations in the kitchen? How many, Deanna saying, well, how many times do you have to put a product, like how many microwaves do you really need to be able to cook food every lunchtime for all the daycare kids? So you're just finding out those answers so that you can give them solutions because you know that that's things that are people talking about and wanting to know, right? Or frustrated with or whatever.
Right.
So that's kind of like how you're honing in on your ideal customer. So what your homework is for this week is, and we're not done, so students in class, don't put your backpacks up yet. What I want you to do is kind of start really honing in on like who is that ideal I don't want to say customer, but like person that you're looking for. Okay. And again, hopefully you're starting at the top of like, this is the person that I want on my team. And then you can trickle down from there of like, this person deserves some free Tupperware. This person would just make a good customer. And start finding some of those groups. Okay. So for instance, like my focus was mom. So I literally just typed in mom in the search on Facebook in my personal profile and just looked at every single stinging group that was in there. Okay. If you are wanting to grow your team, I suggest going to like the direct sales pages and just type in direct, and direct sales will come up. And then you're going to find some pages that are direct sales moms pages or direct sales and home daycare providers. Maybe something out there. So you might find some double whammies for that. But read their group policy because, some of them are like, you can't post anything on here and it's just for networking and yada, yada, yada. Well, that can still be beneficial to you, but you don't want to be the jerk that getting on there and just posting, hey, join my team. Hey, join my team. Hey, join my team. So we'll get to all of that later, but I want you to start kind of looking at pages and seeing, where can you fit in and where can you, where are those people that you're wanting to target at. Now, some of you guys may already be at like, okay, I have this profile person, I have this profile person, I have this profile person. Stick with one at the moment, okay? Go ahead and write those down, but stick with one at the moment to kind of really hone in and start doing your research on them to find out what it is their frustrations, what solutions can you offer for them. And those different types of things. So start just with one. Tammy says she has several groups and swap shops, including news, crochet, arts and crafts, recipes, DIYs. Now, Tammy, are those people that you're focused on as far as like those are your ideal people that you want to connect with and serve and grow your team with? Or that's just like what you're currently in because you're you relate with those people in terms of those are your interests too. She's probably typing with me if she didn't step away from the computer. So, okay, so I call this spying. Okay. I know, Tammy, you're always on mute for me because it's noisy behind you, so that's totally fine. So that's kind of your homework for this week. So start thinking about those groups, joining some groups, and just searching through their pages. Don't spend tons of time on this, guys. I know that Facebook sucks us in, and we're like, holy crap, where'd that 30 minutes go, or 3 hours, or whatever it happens to be. But just kind of start going in on those. I recommend. Just because whenever you start seeing them, you're going to click, yep, join. Like, just keep you a little list and maybe join 10 to 15 of them right now. But as you get in them, you're probably going to see of like, yeah, this is not my type of people. Like, I got in one the other day and the title of it wasn't anything, but they were like unfiltered mamas, and I didn't want to be reading the F-bomb left and right and memes that were.
Can you send me the name for that group?
I don't even know what it is. I think I deleted it, but and like there was I just remember a meme of something or other like mom in the morning, breakfast in bed meant something for mom than what it did somebody else. I don't even remember, but I was just like, oh my God. So that wasn't the type of people. I mean, not to say that they weren't fun and they wouldn't be a really good girls' night, but I didn't feel like I had anything to give to the group. So, now that's the kind of group that Kenya, your husband and my husband would have had a ball in. So, so anyway, so start kind of spying, as I call it, interacting with those people. But I do want to share with you, I just have about 10 minutes here, but I want to kind of show you an example of what I'm talking about. Oh, get out of that. Can you guys see my Facebook page here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am in a Moms of Iowa group. So last night I posted a just an interactive post to just get people chatting, and so I could chat back with them and whatever. So this isn't mine, but here's a perfect example. Name the city you were born in. Okay, now everybody's gonna put their town out there. That might be a really good one because you're gonna find out who are people that are local to you that you don't know. But here's one that I made. I totally recommend go make your own stuff on Canva, even though you can Google Facebook meme and there's a million out there. But there's something with the algorithm that it likes original stuff and not 900 things. So even if you wanted to use the same thing, just go pick your own background and, use the same words or whatever, but Facebook sees it as something different. So anyway, I have had, well, it says 19 people, but I'm like half of that because I respond back to each of those people. So I'm just responding funny stuff to them and not anything. Here's my favorite. She says ice ice baby. I knew she meant ice, and I said, oh, okay. I thought maybe it was vanilla. So it's just stupid, simple talk. It's not taking me a whole lot of time to respond back to them. And then whenever I can, like, I'll just go and I'll like click friend request. Okay. And most of the time, most of them, they just instantly friend request you. And tonight, this is stepping out of Jessica's comfort zone. I just went back and I got on there and so like some chick had responded back. And so I just clicked, hey, how are you? And she messaged back. She's like, oh, good. How are you? And then like, oh, I'm good. You just seemed fun on my little post. And so I just wanted to send you a friend invite so that I wouldn't get Facebook jailed for trying to create conversation, and which that's a true story. So anyway, we just kind of conversed back and forth and obviously talked about, kids. And I said, hey, I have a business page. I do free little goodie giveaways every once in a while. I'll send you the link if you don't mind. Just like it. And if I have something out there that's of interest to you, then put it out there. And so that's where I'm just going to kind of leave the conversation at the moment. But number one, it was an easy way and not spammy or whatever to say, oh, please go like my page. Okay. Number two, I just have her as a Facebook friend. So her birthday is going to be at some point in the next 365 days. So I'm going to be able to connect again with her that way. And I, honest to goodness, kind of expect that either tonight or tomorrow, I'm probably just going to private message her and say, hey, not trying to, pressure you into anything here, but, I'm very passionate about my company and what it can do for people, especially moms. And would you be open to hearing a little bit more, or maybe finding out where she's at? And here's some wonderful word choices of Krista. I'm going to give you in 5 minutes. Saying, hey, well, we're really trying to grow the company in this area right now. Is that something that you might be interested in? I don't know, somebody that's interested, okay? Because I'm just telling them that we're working on growing the company right there. So I don't really care if it's them or if it's somebody else. I'm just wondering if they're interested. You know, and if they're not, then again, go back down your sequence of like, okay, well, that's great. Well, if you know of somebody, you know, be sure to send them my way, and I would be happy to share more with them. And then going on to, you know, hey, do you like to have girls' night, you know, girls together? And I have a really fun chocolate diva party, or, you know, take the pressure out of supper, or salsa and margaritas, or whatever the heck you want to do. So, you know, you just go down your list there. And again, worst case scenario is you just ask them to join your team because you have some free little giveaways every once in a while. That could be once a year. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, just as long as you're not lying to them. If you have giveaways once in a while, then you have giveaways once in a while. So, you know, most people aren't going to turn down the fact of like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be on a giveaway. So that's my spiel for tonight. And we didn't really go into a whole lot. I just kind of wanted to see what you guys were thinking, to pull some ideas a little bit more of where to go with that target population that you're working at the moment. But I do want you to start going out there and finding some groups and things. And guys, don't be fearful of like, oh my gosh, Moms of Iowa, well, that just took out. Well, Modana, you're in Missouri, and Deanna, you're in Nebraska. So I guess you can't be Moms in Iowa. But, you know, oh crap, we just got, you know, 4 or 8 more Tupperware gals in this group. Guys, there's like 64,000 people in here. So, you know, we're not going to connect with everybody the same as someone else would connect. So feel free to notice what other people on the team are having groups. If you are just big into, like, you love cooking and recipes, then go find recipe groups to get in and all of that. So if you're having struggles trying to hone in on that or understand what I'm meaning with find your group, then shoot me a message and we'll chat through it, or Zoom again or something, and get you on that. But I want you to start spying, okay, for 10 to 15 minutes a day, just creating some conversation. Keep posting out there on your personal page, or get that built if you haven't had a chance to do that yet, of, you know, something that's good for your customers, that's not completely salesy. And every once in a while it might be salesy, because let's face it, like, you're in a business that you have something to offer to your customers, in terms of they have to buy it if they're gonna take advantage of the product, at least. So go with it that way. Questions, comments, concerns? All right. Well, I will take no news. It's good news.
Jess, did you want to talk about notification settings
yes,
for LCS?
Please.
And this applies.
I forgot.
That's okay. And this would apply for everybody on, whether it's the Extreme page or Loving, Caring, Sharing, or whatever pages you're on. If you're not not sure if you're of your notification settings, you just want to go into that page or that group and check out your notification settings. And where you're going to find that information is going to vary whether you're on the computer. Jess, are you an admin? Well, don't go to Loving, Caring, Sharing, because that's not going to work, because you own that page. Do you have admin rights on Extreme?
I don't know. Here, let's go to the Indianola page. Oh, that's a page, though.
Yeah. So, but anyway, if you go to your notifications on whatever group it is, and check your notifications. I went and checked mine for LCS after listening to Jess's recording, and I thought I had it set right, but apparently I didn't. So I had to go to my notification settings and change it from highlights to all posts.
Okay.
So there you go. Yep. So that's where it is on the computer. On my phone, I know when I go to the page, there's a little icon up in the corner, the iCard, I think is what they call it. So if I go to the iCard, I can change the notifications from highlights to all posts.
Okay.
And then I know that I'm seeing all of that stuff.
Good. Thank you very much. And Facebook changes that automatically from time to time, from my understanding. So if you're like, I haven't seen anything for a long time, go look.
I think with that group change that they did recently, where some of us lost likes and things like that, that may be how that happened.
Yeah. Well, it's going to kick us off of here. So thank you guys. Thanks for sharing that, Kenya, because
you're welcome.
That's something I knew, but I had never really put out there anywhere, which if nobody sees it anyway, what's the matter? So thank you guys. Start looking ahead at Spring Fest. And we're going to talk